You ever notice how you go around certain people and it seems like your presence puts them on edge? You being there, you showing up, you showing yourself makes a lot of people irked or they act unnerved, they act uncomfortable. But why would that be? It really reminds me of the movie Matilda. If you guys watched Matilda, a movie from the 1990s, okay, Miss Trunchbull, the mean principal from the school, anytime she walked into the room, it's like, sit up straight, shoulders back type of energy. And, it's kind of interesting because um, Miss Trunchbull was an antagonist in the movie. She was mean, she was rough. It's really crazy if you think about the opposite. If you have a glow to you, if you have a vibe to you, if you're vibrant, if you're kind, if you're high spirited, you can still get that energy back. You can get that reception back. People are going to be acting like they got to sit up straight, shoulders back, respect you, because your presence demands respect. All right. Your presence demands, the thing about you too, right, is that you're quite humble with it as well. It's not like you're trying to get respect when you walk into various rooms, when you go to the workplace, when you walk into that event. You're not trying, even, I would even not be surprised if a lot of you try to put the attention away from yourself, but it's inevitable here. A lot of the times when you have a high vibrating nature, you're going to make people uncomfortable when you walk into the room. Your presence is jarring for a lot of people. And think about all the low vibrational places that we walk into as well. When was the last time that you walked into, any sort of service building, all right, or service place, all right, like a bank, a grocery store, a bakery, anywhere that you were to be serviced, and you kind of feel like when you walked in, something changed, something shifted in that place. And then you start seeing people aggravated around you, people dropping their keys, tripping over themselves. The bank teller's upset at you, you may be up next in line and the people don't want to service you and you're waiting there and nobody else had to wait that long and you're waiting and they don't want to service you. Your presence irks people sometimes. Your presence puts people on edge, but it's like you didn't even say a word. You didn't hurt nobody's feelings. You're not trying to be a bad wolf out here. It's simply because your spirit is quite grand. And think about the fact that we walk into so many low vibrational places. And if you're a high vibrating spirit, it's bound to happen. You're bound to shake the dynamic of that space because nobody is used to this type of energy and it's penetrating, all right? And it leaves an imprint. When you leave, people still feel it. You have a lingering high vibrational spirit. So when you arrive and then when you leave, it's not like people forget about you. You're unforgettable, and this is the thing about your nature. And so that's why your presence puts people on edge. Your presence can put people on edge in kind of a good way too. If you think about it, like some people are kind of like, sometimes you'll get people real frisky, real enticed as well when you come around and when you start, when you're being yourself, when you're naturally a radiant in this way, right? And there's a humbleness, there's a coolness about your nature that, is refreshing, right? There's no arrogance here. There's no place for arrogance, right? When you're an anointed person, you are who you are. Your spirit speaks for itself and you shine very, very bright. And this is why your presence, merely your presence, not your words, all right? Not yet, all right? Not your words, not anything that you physically did yet. It's simply you being there, you being in that space, all right? You being in that place and everything kind of shifts, right? So this is the thing. You've probably seen this many times before, and it could be in the most innocuous of locations. It doesn't have to be any type of place where attention is to be received, right? It could be the most simplest of circumstances, and you will even feel that. If you feel it, they feel it too. Trust me, you will see. Sometimes your presence irks people. It puts people on edge. It makes people mind their P's and Q's. People don't want to, fumble too much. Some people will fumble, but you're going to see, like I said, Miss Trunchbull in the movie Matilda, it's like sit up straight, shoulders back, and you demand attention. You demand respect without really demanding it or without really actively seeking it. It's simply your presence, your spirit demands some kind of like authority. All right. You have a grand presence. You have a grand spirit. And it's quite refreshing. All right, everybody. So let me, this is all trying to gas you up as well. You got to feel good about yourself. You got to know who you are. All right. You have to understand the power that you hold and understand that it is there. It's happening. It's existing. Okay, everybody. And listen, on the mindset elevator, I'm going to try to keep it real as possible. All right. And understand that sometimes I feel the same things that you guys feel as well. I go through a lot of the same things that you guys go through. And that's why I relate to so many of you guys here. Of course, I want to say thank you so much for sharing your stories and insight. It's helping me grow as a person. I hope you guys keep growing yourselves as well. Stay up, everybody. I love you guys so much and keep shining bright.